Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers, to your love reading for January 2024. So we have overall energy is the Knight of Cups, and then we have some advice and what to expect, and then we're going to pull what each of you is thinking, feeling, and actions or intentions towards each other from this deck. So we will start with Aquarius's person. So we have Eight of Swords. So thanks for stopping by my channel today. Hope you guys are having a good day. Two of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and King of Cups. Okay. I'm just going to move those to the side. And Aquarius. Okay, that's just me not knowing how to shuffle. One sec. Sorry, guys. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands. Okay. So, Aquarius, it actually feels like you might be kind of raring to go here. Hold on for a second. Okay, I think we're going to have to go card by card because this is there's a lot of information here. So we have the Eight of Swords here for what's in your person's headspace. So I feel like your person is experiencing a lot of confusion right now. It feels like it almost feels like they might be a little bit more focused on a situation that doesn't have anything to do with you than being focused on you right now. I kind of feel like they want to set themselves free from that situation in order to come towards you. It just feels like once they kind of cut that situation off, it's almost like they've been pulling on this rope and they finally get something sharp enough to like cut the rope or literally cut the ties that bind. But because they've been pulling so hard to get away from it, it's like as soon as they cut it, they're going to fall backward. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like it's going to be, they may be so focused on getting the freedom that they're looking for, which they do get, that they may not be prepared for like I want to say the recoil. That might be the wrong word, but they might not be prepared for the fact that the reason that energy was still kind of causing a problem for them isn't because they were tied to it. It's more because they were focusing on it. Hold on, let's get a clarifier here. Can we get a clarifier on this Eight of Swords? I do want to say, so we have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person, I'm sorry to say, it feels like the type of energy where this person is, they've wanted to get out of this situation for so long that when they finally do, they may not give themselves, or they may not realize that they need a little bit of breathing room before they jump into something else. It just feels like this person it's like they've been trying to get away from this situation for so long, to kind of get something going with you, that they may, they may, I just feel like I'm going to say the exact same thing. They may not realize that once they free themselves from whatever this is, it's been so stressful and so hard to deal with that they're not actually going to have enough left to give to this situation once they free themselves from that, at least right away. let's make one thing clear. This person obviously has feelings for you. What's in their heart space for you is the Two of Cups. So that emotion is obviously there. It just feels like they have a lot to sort out, like up in their head before they can kind of unpack those feelings, if that makes sense. It kind of feels like this person looks at you like the type of person they've always wanted. And it's almost like they felt that if they didn't get away from that past situation, if they didn't cut themselves loose from it, that like they wouldn't be able to kind of capitalize on the opportunity with you. They wouldn't be able to kind of grab a hold of it. And it's almost like they seem to be running almost scared a little bit. Like if they don't take advantage of the opportunity with you right now, it's like you're exactly what they've wanted, what they've been looking for, maybe, and may not be the actual situation, but it's the energetics of it. And like maybe they were dragging their feet, cutting themselves loose from this other thing. And now that you're here, everything has to go into high gear, and like, but they weren't ready. It's almost like if someone's sitting at a red light and it turns green, but they were too busy eating something to notice. And now like when someone behind them honked, now they've got food all over them and they spilled their coffee or whatever it was. And it's like, and now they're having to do everything really rushed. So their actions or intentions towards you seem pretty pure. I'm going to be honest. We have the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles here. I feel like this person may kind of on the outside, it's going to look like they're just kind of doing their thing. They're going through the motions, so on and so forth. They're handling their business, so to speak. But I feel like underneath that, they are keeping a really close eye on you. I feel like this person is really fixated on you. And it kind of feels like even if you get into a connection or a relationship with someone else or you know, something else happens, you may or you may not. But it's like if your attention is focused elsewhere, I feel like this person is over here like, that's fine. That's fine. And it's not, you know, it's not like Ross when he says that things are fine when they're not fine. It's more like this person is going to use any information that they gather from watching what you're doing now to win you over later. If that makes sense. I hope that made sense. It feels to this person that they've put in the work and the time and the energy, and they have every intention. And it's almost the energy of somebody that they're looking at you like they don't kind of care who you're with right now. Who you're gonna be with is them. And it's not like stalkery, creeper sort of energy, okay? It feels more that it's like someone like you has finally been brought into this person's realm, into their energy, to their world. And it's almost like it may almost have been kind of like a wish come true from childhood, and they know that the two of you are meant to be together. That may be the case, it may not, but that certainly is what they feel they know. And I feel like to the rest of the world, that same energy might be presented, right? It just looks like they're doing their thing, they're putting the work in. Not anything to do with this situation, but just life in general. They're just working their butt off. They're building their pentacles. They're doing their thing. Meanwhile, yeah, they're doing all of those things, but they're watching you the whole time. So on your end here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's the first time I've actually had this card from this deck. So the Knight of Pentacles, it is a very slow moving energy, right? Um, it almost feels like you might be watching a situation and it's happening in real time, but to you, it feels like it's moving in slow motion. And not that you're annoyed or upset at the speed of things. It just feels like, it almost feels a little bit like you're in a movie. And you know what else? Aquarius, I actually feel like you know that this person is watching you. And I feel like part of you might get a little bit of a kick out of it. I feel like at times you may, I'm not trying to be crappy towards you or anything, but it's like there may be times where you know that this person is watching and you might show off a little. Not for like a crappy reason or anything. Um, it's more like you're strutting your stuff, if that makes sense. Um, I also feel like it's like a healthy sense of pride of what you've accomplished and what you have. Doesn't mean that you have everything that you want and you've done all of the things. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. It's more that you are proud of what you've done and what you've accomplished. Hold on. I feel like there's this energy almost of wanting to tell someone that's passed on that like that you did it. I feel like you have a very confident aura, very confident energy. But it definitely feels like you're tied to something, but you want to be. And I feel like there actually may be a really vulnerable side to you that I feel like it's almost like you kind of poo-poo that side of yourself away. But it seems when you're around this person, it's almost like that part of you kind of wakes up a little bit, if that makes sense. So in your heart space, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, when it is upright, that's when there are a lot of different elements that could make something, but because nothing's working together, nothing's happening. And I'm kind of getting this energy where it's like, that it's almost like, that it's not time. So, and it almost feels like to an outsider, to the rest of the world, it may look like nothing is happening, and it even looks that way to you. But I feel like that there is something it's almost like you feel that there's something that's kind of shifting. It may be internal for you. Sorry, I'm just realizing I have something on my shirt. It may be internal for you. It may be that you just feel it energetically. It just feels like even if there's no movement in this situation right now, it's not causing you any upset or any turmoil. Hold on, I think we're going to pull this deck actually. Can we get a... Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck again, and we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So, just a second here. I feel like the reason that you are able to handle the situation the way that you're handling it is actually because if this situation doesn't pan out, you're okay. You know what I mean? It's like this person may have a lot of hopes in this potential connection. I'm not so sure that you are as attached to a specific outcome here as they are. It's almost like you kind of don't need, and this isn't the cards telling you this is kind of what I'm picking up from you. It's like you're looking at the situation that you don't need anything in particular to happen here. It just feels like kind of a fun, playful interaction with this person. I mean, obviously they feel something different, but um, hold on for a second here. It does feel like if it takes too long for things to get going, that you kind of you throw the baby out with the bathwater, if you will. I feel like you kind of wash your hands of it. It loses its luster, its magic, it's that kind of like je ne sais quoi, if you will, if that's even the saying. So your actions or intentions. We have Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles came out as well. I think it was like that. But regardless, Aquarius, I feel like it's almost like you're not really interested in wasting any time on this. And I feel like hold on for a second. Hold on 1 second. I feel like you have a lot of options. I feel like you have a lot of people that are interested in you. I feel like this person may have that as well. And I feel like just going back to that energy of if this person takes too long or this situation takes too long, it doesn't feel necessarily that you close the door on it. It just feels like you just kind of stop paying attention to it. And it's almost like if they want to come get you, they're going to have to come and get you. I kind of feel like there's somebody else that may intercept here. I feel like there's somebody else that may pursue you. I feel like this other person is someone that they may have, it's like either they have a lot of people in their past or they are kind of like people throw themselves at this person, but they seem to want to conquer you here. It does feel like this other person's MO. It's like they get really close to people. And then once it hits a certain level of closeness, it's almost like they start to get sick of that person. It's like that's their MO, right? And then once they get sick of that person, it feels like they turn and they kind of get a little bit vile. Hold on for a second. And it's almost like instead of leaving the situation and just being like, hey, this isn't working for me anymore, they just get kind of argumentative, a bit hateful, resentful. And it's like, and those type of connections for this person, they always end really badly. It's almost like, hold on for a second. They know when they're initially pursuing the person that it's going to eventually end that way. And it's almost like they feel bad for having wasted the time. So they don't want to be the one that ends it. So we have some advice, which is the Five of Cups, and what to expect is justice. So, the Five of Cups in this deck specifically talks about having to let go of something and kind of allowing yourself to believe that something different can happen. And to be honest, I kind of feel like that energy is you. I feel like like as you kind of move into this situation, it's going to require a lot of wisdom on your part to make the decisions that are right for you, because you have this one person that's, maybe needs a bit of time, but seems to have a really genuine intent towards you. And then you have this other person who genuinely does want you, but, they want to conquer you rather than be with you. And then what to expect, we have the Justice card. So in this deck specifically, I'm not holding most of these cards up because they're a little bit, you know, revealing. But I can with this one. So in this deck, the Justice card talks about having to, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like having to pay for past mistakes, having to kind of pay for a past mistake now so that you can have or be open to the type of relationship that you want later. And I feel like to a certain extent, that's kind of what your person's looking at things as, right? It's almost like they feel that they're going to have to watch you be with this other person, almost like as punishment for their crimes, not even against you. They may not even have, you know, quote unquote crimes that are worthy of such a punishment. It just feels like, it feels like they may be the type of person that they will sometimes get out ahead of certain situations, and it's almost like they're going to punish themselves before anybody else gets a chance to. So, I think I'll leave the reading there, Aquarius. I'm going to be honest. I hope that if this reading resonated, that it was helpful. But I'm a little bit confused now. So I love you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.